going on, guys? Billy here, and this weekend marks the 1-year anniversary of DJI's release of their Air 2S. This was a product cycle that they decided to release a mid-cycle refresh of, so much like their Phantom 4 Pro version 2.0 and their Mavic Pro Platinum. Nothing all that revolutionary was really introduced with this drone. It just featured 3 upgrades or improvements over the original Mavic Air 2 while borrowing its same airframe and remote controller, but let me tell you, these upgrades made this, the Air 2S, DJI's best drone. Now let's think, over the past year, did DJI come out with anything notable? Well, we had the Action 2, which was a cool take on the modular action camera, and oh yeah, they also released their flagship camera drone in the Mavic 3 and Mavic 3 Cine. So you're probably wondering, Billy, since DJI's Mavic 3 is the newest drone and it's the most expensive consumer drone they sell, isn't that technically their best drone? To which I would respond, yes, it's better than the Air 2S on paper in almost every single way, from the flight performance to the specs to the camera. But looking at those specs on camera don't tell the whole story. And if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, I think that the Air 2S is DJI's best drone that they've made, even here in 2022. Man, time really does fly when you spend your life reviewing drones, and I really can't believe that it's been 1 full year since DJI released their Air 2S, and unfortunately, I feel like this drone was looked over by a majority of people. It seemed like anyone who had the Mavic 2 Pro probably didn't see a reason to pick up the Air 2S because they were so similar, and anyone that already owned the Mavic Air 2 probably didn't see any reason to upgrade either. I can understand that, as they wouldn't want to buy basically an identical drone with just 3 upgrades. Most of them were probably waiting for a more significant upgrade, if any, like what the Mavic 3 delivered. With that said, I feel like the people that were purchasing the Air 2S were those that might have been making the upgrade from, say, the Mini 2 that wanted something a little bit larger and more powerful. You might have also had somebody that was just entering the drone market, and amongst all of the different options out there, they chose the Air 2S because it met their budget and it gave them really good performance for what they were paying. And you might also have somebody that owns a lot of other drones, but they wanted to add the Air 2S to their lineup just because it filled a specific niche that they already didn't have. Maybe it's smaller, more portable, or had a better camera. Could have been a bunch of different reasons, but I feel like the popularity of the Mavic 2 Pro and the Air 2 really is the reason why the Air 2S didn't get as much recognition as it deserved. Now, to break things down, the Air 2S is priced at $999, and for that price, you get an ultra portable drone with a 1-inch 20 megapixel sensor that can shoot 5.4K video. The bitrate is 150 megabits per second, so you've got plenty of data to push the video that you shoot around in post. The top sensors have a unique position that are angled forwards ever so slightly to increase the drone's ability to see forwards obstacles when flying, as well as what's above it, so they have a dual purpose. It has a respectable 31-minute flight time with a top speed of 42.5 miles per hour, and on this topic of speed, with those 2 angled sensors on the top of the drone, this allows for a faster top speed in the standard P mode with the obstacle avoidance turned on, and it can ascend and descend faster than most drones on the market, not only making it fun to fly, but unlocking a lot more flexibility when shooting video with this drone. Last but not least, this drone was the first to introduce DJI's new O3 transmission system that increases your range to 7.5 miles, but more importantly, greatly cuts down on the interference that you encounter for an overall better flight experience. I feel like I could just end the video right there with that description. Boom. Mic drop. That's everything you need to know about the Air 2S. But in reality, for $999, you get a small portable drone that has a great camera, great flight performance, a rock solid transmission system, and awesome remote controller. I mean, you've got the whole package. And I don't mean to kick somebody while they're down, but in comparison to, say, Autel's Nano Plus that retails for $1,049, it's more expensive than the Air 2S. I just can't help but laugh at that. Now look, I didn't even want to go this deep, but I feel like because I even mentioned the Nano Plus, I just have to give you a quick comparison. Just on paper, it's laughable that Autel thinks their mini drone should be priced higher than DJI's mid-tier drone that has a better camera, better flight time, it's faster, it can resist wind gusts better, the transmission is better, I mean literally, it is all around better. Now comparing DJI's Air 2S to Autel's Nano Plus is a really interesting dynamic because the Air 2S is basically better in every category and it's less expensive than the Nano Plus, and it's also a year older. Now this is of course DJI's intermediate level drone, but it just goes to show how well the Air 2S has held up over the year that it's been out. Now regarding the title saying that this is DJI's best drone, of course it's not the best drone that they sell, that title belongs to the Mavic 3. Just to kind of cover generically what makes it a better drone, it's got the better camera with the larger sensor, the higher fidelity ProRes codec with the Mavic 3 Cine, and of course the secondary telephoto camera. It also has the better flight time, more flight features, the upgraded obstacle avoidance sensors, the marginally better flight performance, but just note that price tag. It's more than twice the price, and if you want the Cine version for that ProRes capability, you'll be dishing out almost 5 times the amount. I feel like if I continue to go any further with this topic, this video is going to turn into the Mavic 3 versus Air 2S comparison video that I never got around to make, but I feel like with the release of the Mavic 3, it actually made the Air 2S better. Maybe not a better all-around drone, but it made it more desirable, right? The Mavic 3 is a very expensive drone, and for some people that were looking to hold out and wait to upgrade to the Mavic 3, they might look at the price and get sticker shock and then look at the Air 2S and say, well, hey, that would be a pretty good upgrade. Another thing that kind of sealed the deal for me, making the Air 2S better, was the RC Pro that released alongside with the Mavic 3 and is now compatible with the Air 2S. This has become my absolute favorite device to fly with, primarily because of the ergonomics. It's lightweight, comfortable in the hand, the outer portion was made a little bit bigger to fit your hands, and it also features an array of upgraded antennas that improve the transmission signal between the remote and the drone. One of my biggest gripes when flying with the Air 2S was using the RC N1 remote controller, and it's not because the remote is bad by any means, but it's because my iPhone with the slightest amount of heat will begin to cut the brightness on my screen until it's so dim that I can barely see a thing. That's an issue that I've had to deal with on all of my iPhones that I've owned for the past couple of years. Whenever flying a drone, it cuts the screen brightness whenever it gets significantly hot outside, so the phone itself doesn't overheat and then I can't see the screen. It's a complete mess, and that's why I've pretty much primarily switched over to using remote controllers that have built-in screens because it never cuts the screen brightness and it just is a much more pleasurable experience. Now, there is an elephant in the room we need to address in regards to the whole Mavic 3 and Air 2S situation. Currently, as of recording this video, the Mavic 3 has a GPS satellite issue. There has been one firmware update that essentially was supposed to fix this issue, but it still is encountering some issues. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, this satellite issue is basically when you boot up the Mavic 3, it takes a long time to connect to satellites, therefore it takes a long time to establish your home point, and therefore it takes a long time to actually get in the air. In a recent video, I did a comparison between the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 when establishing a home point in 2 different environments, one out in the open and one in a tight street in the city here in Philadelphia, and the difference in the connection time was massively different. Like in the city, it took over 15 minutes to connect to satellites before I could finally fly my Mavic 3. The Air 2S, on the other hand, promptly connected and I was up in the air, ready to go. Now, don't get me wrong, the Mavic 3 is a phenomenal drone. It's got a lot of great things going for it and a couple of small hiccups that people like to turn into larger deals than they actually are, just to kind of make a fuss about something, which, look, I understand. You spend this much on a drone, you want it to be perfect, but if you look at everything that this package, this drone delivers, great technology inside, great flight characteristics, I would say it's got the best flight characteristics of any consumer drone that DJI has put out. It's also got a great camera. I think that's the reason that people flock to this drone, because of the size of the sensor, the 4/3 sensor, and the fact that it's on a foldable platform that's super portable, fits inside of a backpack. That is really enticing. And on a personal note, one of the reasons that I prefer the Mavic 3 over a lot of the drones that I fly is specifically the color science. The colors that come from this drone are out of this world, better than any DJI drone on the market right now. I could shoot in the normal color profile, and if I'm shooting for a client, deliver that video file and they'll be happy with it because the colors look great right out of the camera. I want to quickly backpedal here though and take a look at the specs that I shared, and I want you to really look. Does all of this warrant paying more than double for a drone? You know that I personally am a sucker for increased vertical speed, for more dynamic shooting, which the Mavic 3 offers. I mean, this thing can dive down fast, but even something like that doesn't jump out to me when I consider what I could be getting with the Air 2S for the price that it's listed at. I also just quickly want to acknowledge that you can pick up batteries for the Air 2S for far cheaper than what the Mavic 3 batteries are priced at. Like, they're almost half the cost of the Mavic 3 battery. So with that said, you can pick up more of these and fly for longer. Man, so this really did turn into a full-blown comparison video, didn't it? Of course, we spent a good amount of time talking about the Mavic 3, and the Nano Plus also found a way to sneak its way into the video, but I think talking about those drones is important because it shows where the Air 2S sits in terms of the drone market, right? All the drones available that you can go out and buy, not only in DJI's lineup, but also in Autel's lineup. Like, the fact that the Air 2S offers what it does in terms of its price to performance ratio, and it costs less than Autel's entry-level Nano Plus, really is staggering. It's almost mind-boggling. And when you think about the Mavic 3, I mean, I have this drone at my disposal. It's the best drone I own. I could continue to use this and fly it all day, every day for both personal and commercial work. And the fact that I still continue to turn to the Air 2S for some of the time, and the fact that these drones share airtime, really is a testament to what it offers, not only because of its price point, but because the specs on board are still good to go toe-to-toe with a fully loaded drone. And with that, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Feel free to let me know what you think of the Air 2S down in the comment section below. Do you own one? Are you thinking about picking one up? Because look, even though this drone's still a year old, I'd recommend it to anyone. I think that you can pick up batteries for a good price. The drone itself is a good price. So anybody, whether you're a professional or whether you're just a hobbyist, this is going to be a great option, even here in 2022. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.